Nimefurahi sana kuwa hapa leo. Ndani ya maneno na matendo yetu Marekani siku zote inawekeza kwa watu na demokrasia ya Tanzania. Tunathamini ushirikiano kati ya Marekani na Tanzania kwa ajili ya amani na ustawi. Sasa nitazungumza Kiingereza. I'm deeply honored to join you today at this National Stakeholders Conference on the State of Democracy. This gathering is particularly significant as globally we celebrate National and International Day of Democracy, and as Tanzania prepares to exercise the vital civic duty this year and next year in local and national elections respectively. And as the United States of America holds critical national elections in less than 50 days from today, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to the Tanzanian Center for Democracy for your tireless efforts in facilitating political dialogue and bringing this event together to launch the first annual assessment report on the state of democracy. The preamble of the United States Constitution speaks of the aspiration to form a more perfect union. We recognize that democracies are imperfect. They are often complex, and they are always challenging. But the beauty of democracy is in recognition that our countries are a work in progress. We can acknowledge imperfections, but not be defined by them. It is how we respond to challenges that shapes our character and reflects our true values and ultimately determines the destiny of our nations. In this spirit of reflection, openness, and transparency, we acknowledge that neither the United States of America nor the United Republic of Tanzania is a perfect democracy. We're not immune from democratic challenges, especially as elections approach for both of our countries. In the past week and in weeks leading to this past week, we have experienced violence in American elections. Violence that has no place in any democratic structure. As Tanzania approaches local elections in November and national elections next year, clearly it is essential that we do all we can to strengthen Tanzania's democracy. The philosophy of the 4 R's, as excellently articulated by Her Excellency the President of Tanzania, and as articulated by Tanzanians throughout this beautiful country, represents an excellent framework, philosophically and practically, for an analysis of democracy. But we must always remember that every philosophical concept and every philosophical construct must be evaluated by results. Reconciliation is tested by whether or not we actually bring people together. Resilience and reform are tested every single day. There are no plateaus in reform. It is a continuous process of moving forward and always facing challenges. rebuilding is also constant and continuing. TCD's assessment gives an excellent overview developed by Tanzanians on the state of democracy in Tanzania. It includes both what Tanzanians themselves have seen in terms of positive results having been delivered, and it also examines what has been lacking and what is missing. It is unmistakably clear, and no one in his or her right mind can ever debate the fact that assassination attempts, divisive rhetoric, murder, disappearances, arbitrary arrest, and other efforts to disenfranchise citizens ahead of an election should have zero place in any democracy. Zero place in the United States of America, zero place in the United Republic of Tanzania, and zero place in any other nations represented here today. The United States stands ready to support the government and people of Tanzania to follow through on the bold and courageous pledges that Her Excellency the President has already made to seek a full, open, thorough, and transparent investigation of things that have transpired here in Tanzania. There's always a danger of transparency. The danger is that transparency exposes. There's always a danger of exposure. The danger of exposure is that it opens up new revelations. But our character is defined by what we do with the revelations, how we address the revelations, and how we deal with what we are presented as foundational and fundamental truths. Tanzania has the opportunity this year and next year to demonstrate commitment without a shadow of a doubt to democracy, to conducting peaceful, inclusion, and transparent electoral processes, and holding free and fair elections. Every region of Tanzania, every age group of Tanzania must be represented in the vote count. Tanzania, the world is watching you. And I say the same to the United States of America. The world is watching us. Your nation and my nation has the golden opportunity to prove to all of the world that our systems work, that our people are smart, that we are determined to elect people to lead us and to support them once they have been elected. Tanzania and the United States of America enjoy a long-standing partnership. As your largest bilateral donor, in the last 20 years alone, having donated over $7.5 billion to Tanzania, not loans that Tanzania has to pay back, but having donated over $7.5 billion to Tanzania to strengthen growth, to strengthen economic opportunities, to strengthen youth participation, to strengthen participation by women, and to improve the education, health, and nutrition of Tanzanians. We are proud to support Tanzania. I've said before, we have always been your partner. We are your partner today, and we will always be your partner. And as your partner, we will always speak openly and honestly with Tanzania. We will not back away from the principles of democracy. We will not hold back from the standards of human rights. It is an obligation fundamental and paramount to human dignity and human respect. May God bless us all.